The HoneyDew with Ryan Sickler.
Welcome back to the HoneyDew, y'all. We're over here doing it in the Night Pants Studios. I am Ryan Sickler. Thank you guys for supporting this show. Thank you for supporting anything I do. And as I always say, if you love the show and you want more, you got to check out our Patreon. It's $5 a month. It is a cup of coffee for over 300 episodes of HoneyDew with y'all. It's this show with y'all and the stories. Like, just go watch the best of that we do on YouTube for free. All right. People getting hit by helicopter tail rotors and living. Okay. Stuff. It's wild. It's wild. And if you or someone you know has a story that has to be heard, please submit it to honeydewpodcast@gmail.com. If you sent it before, send it again, bump it to the top. We would love to do your story. That's it, guys. You know what we're doing here. We're highlighting lowlights. These are the stories behind the storytellers, and I'm very excited to have this guest with us today. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Brooks Laich. Welcome to the HoneyDew, Brooks Laich.
Thank you, buddy. Thanks, Ryan.
Thank you for being here. Before we get into whatever we're going to get into, right there, promote everything and anything you'd like, please.
Oh, wow. Right off the top, you give me that. You don't even make me earn it.
Bro, I swear, this is the gold spot. You know what I mean?
I'm sure this will come up in our chat today, but I love adventure. I love travel. And I did a lot of that after my professional hockey career. And now I launched a new travel booking platform that removes all commissions and inflated prices from hotels, cruises, travel insurance. We're integrating flights as we speak. Our booking platform, worldplayground.co. Just Google search World Playground or go to worldplayground.co. Follow us on social at World Playground on every social platform. We just make travel as affordable as possible for every human being on the planet. It is free for everybody to use, and we compete on your behalf to bring the cost of travel down to as low as humanly possible.
Bro, okay, wait. So from A to Z, we're talking about if I want to go on a flight to Alaska, I want to go see the killer whales.
Yep.
You're talking about flights, lodging, rental cars, the service of the actual activity we want to do, et cetera, the zip lining or whatever.
Currently we have 3 travel services on the site. We have hotels, we have cruises, and we have travel insurance. We have 2.2 million hotels. We have 17 cruise lines that can take you to Alaska, and we have travel insurance. We're integrating flights in which we'll have over 400 airlines, then come rental cars, then come activities, things to do. So hopefully by the end of 26, we have all 6 travel categories. But initially, we started with flights, cruises, and travel insurance. Hotels, cruises, and travel insurance. But you travel a lot. You're everywhere in June. I would love for Sam to run your hotel stays coming up on wherever else he would have booked them and run them on worldplayground.co. And you'll find a better price on worldplayground.co because we never add a single cent of commission to a hotel room.
I'm going to run my flights through. Oh, you don't have them yet.
They're coming. They're coming.
When they do, I'm running my flights through there, damn it. All right, that's great.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love the world. I love travel. I love adventure. I'm sure that'll come out as we chat today. But our booking platform makes all travel more affordable for individuals, for families, for everybody.
And sorry if I missed it. We're going global here for this.
Global, yeah. We have 2.2 million hotels worldwide. So wherever you're traveling to, we have another 500,000 coming online here in the next few weeks. We'll have 400 airlines. We have 17 cruise lines. Yeah, we want to get you everywhere. Everybody
Spirit exclusive. Y'all got Spirit exclusive.
Spirit maybe 399 now. So I can't laugh at somebody. Can't laugh at the demise. Yeah.
Social media, all that stuff. Where can they find you?
At World Playground. Wherever you do your socials, at World Playground, and on the intraweb, worldplayground.co.
Well, I appreciate you being here. I love talking to pro athletes because you guys are you're a different breed, obviously. We've had some pretty kick-ass We've had Tim Hardaway. We've had Tony Hawk. We've had Orlando Brown Jr. We haven't had an NHL player. I don't believe we have had an NHL player.
I'm a distinguished first.
You're our first. So let's go back to the beginning for you. Where are you from? A little bit about mom, dad, siblings.
I am from Wawota, Saskatchewan, Canada.
Okay.
Ever heard of it?
No. Wawota?
Wawota, Saskatchewan. Wawota.
Why can't we just keep it Wawa?
Wawa. I don't know.
So
it's a small town in Saskatchewan, right above North Dakota. North Dakota. More North Dakota than North Dakota. Colder
Okay.
and flatter,
All
if
right.
you could imagine it. And our hometown is only 600 people. Grew up.
That's it.
That's it. 600 people total.
You know everyone in your high school and everything
Yeah.
then, huh?
Well, our school was kindergarten to grade 12 was about 130 kids. Our grad class was 9 boys and 7 girls.
You're going to school. So it's kindergarten all the way through.
All the way through. Yeah.
Where the hell do you have sports teams and stuff? Is it rec sports then?
Everybody makes every team. There's no tryouts. You're just on the team.
got you.
Yeah.
And if you don't want to play, it's like, get your fucking hands over here.
Yeah, too bad you're
too
playing.
bad.
We
Just
need
stand there.
We
Yeah,
need
yeah,
another
we
player.
need-
You're playing. I don't care. I don't care how bad you are. Just get out there.
Why is that where your family's from? Did
That's where-
dad go there for a job? Like, why are we there?
Yeah, we moved there when I was 6 weeks old. My dad got the principal's job in Wawota.
okay,
So
at
he
the
was a
school.
school teacher and educator and got the principal's job, and we moved there. And I would never change my upbringing for
Really?
anything ever.
So you're going to the school with 10 other kids and your dad's the principal the whole time too?
Yes. Yeah.
And you loved it.
I loved
All
it.
right, okay.
Because we had a rink. Every small community in Canada, doesn't matter, it could be 400 people, they will have a rink. And because we have 7 months of winter a year, if you want your kids out of your house, like you drop them at the rink, you go to the rink, and that's the babysitter. And as a kid, we just got to play hockey all the time. And it wasn't like in a big city where ice time was very competitive, or you had to have you just got a section or segment of time. We had ice. I used to skate before I'd go to school. I used to skate after school. We'd skate for 6-7 hours on Sunday. there was nothing else in town to do but play hockey. And we loved it, and ended up, putting me on a trajectory in life.
And I know you're Canadian, but no roller rinks. It's all ice.
All ice.
What
Yeah.
about bowling alleys? Like, what do the girls do if they don't want to skate? Or are the girls skating? Are they just skating, like
Girls do-
leisurely skating?
Girls do figure skating.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do a little curling. You ever tried curling?
No, but I know people think I'm an asshole, but it's the one Olympic sport I think I could fucking walk out of here right now and do.
I have a buddy who, one of my good friends, is 3-time Olympic gold medalist in curling.
Great.
Yeah.
I would love to go against him because I guarantee you right now in the shape I'm in, I could take the bronze. I could
you
take
think so?
last.
You
I
think
could take
so?
last. Yeah, I could easily take last.
It's tougher than you think, man.
I know it is for
it's
sure.
tougher than
I
you
watch
think.
the guys that do cornhole too. The ones that, where they intentionally, where it'll just hang halfway and then they can knock all 3 of them in. I'm like, how in the fuck?
I saw one of those on TV or something, and I'm like, who gets the commentator's job for this? How are you the
try
cornhole
out for
guy?
that, yeah.
Who gets that? It's unique, the things that just pop up that people pour into. I poured into hockey. Sure, if somebody else
Okay.
has a different passion, whatever.
So right away, this is what I want to do.
Yeah, from the time I was born, it was hockey my whole life. At 13, I loved the sport growing up, but then at 13, it was a conscious choice. Hockey is not about fun anymore. Hockey is about becoming a professional and being one of the best in the world to do it.
Now, what made you think you could? Because I know every kid under 13 in Canada probably thinks they're going to play for the Oilers or the whatever. What made you, were you physically, were you a specimen? What's making you go, hey, I think I could fucking do this?
Oh, good question. I was a really good hockey player. I was just better than, but I mean, there was 8 kids and 9 boys in my class.
what I
so
mean.
was
You're an
better
all-star,
I
but
was better than the other 8, so
Yeah.
that's not a lot. But I just loved the sport. I felt like this even after playing professional for 15 years. My superpower was that I cared more about the sport than the other guy.
Okay.
There was other guys that may have been shot the puck harder or done an XYZ skill better than me. But I felt like my superpower was that I cared more. And that was at the time of 13, I had that. And then when I was 13 and made the decision to, I'd come home from school and we didn't have a gym in town. We didn't have a single weight or a gym or anything in town for me to train at.
Not even at the school?
Not even at the school. Nothing. We had no amenities, nothing, no support structure really for that. I borrowed hurdles from the school. From our gym teacher lived 2 doors down.
I've never met a person in my life that's borrowed hurdles. I've never even heard that.
We've lived different lives, eh, Ryan? I was 13 too. The gym teacher lived 2 doors down from me. And I asked Mr. Myers, I'm like, Mr. Myers, can I borrow 10 hurdles from the school to do plyometric jumps in my backyard every day after school. And I'd set up 10 hurdles. I'd jump them. I'd come back. So I'd go through them 10 times, rest 3 minutes, go through 10 times, rest 3 minutes, go through 10 times, rest. So I jumped 300 hurdles.
Damn.
After school every day from the age of 13 till whenever, till I left home, probably 16, just to develop explosive leg power.
Who in this tiny little town, though, is telling you, hey, you got it? Or does anyone got a connection out there to the outside world? Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, where are you? You just, the family, this isn't in the family. Like, dad, mom aren't professional athletes. There's no uncle. So you're just making up training and shit for yourself?
Basically, the internet really didn't exist then.
Yeah.
It was just, it started coming online when you got that, remember dial-up? You got dial-up internet.
I remember, yeah.
Yeah. But no, I was armed to the teeth with conviction. And I didn't know how I was going to get to the NHL. I just knew 5-6 years from now, the NHL is in my hand. It's just 5-6 years of work from now. And I don't know the exact path, but I know that I have the conviction to go far enough to reach where I need to reach.
All right.
And I had parents that believed in me. My mom and dad supported me everywhere. I had a great community around me. And then my dad coached me until I was 14. And then I played hockey away from home at 15, moved away from home at 16. And
where do you go there?
Went to Esterhazy, went to Tisdale. I moved away from home to Tisdale when I was 16, another small community.
For hockey in school? Okay.
Yeah. But it was awesome because we had to take the third period of school off because the school was connected to the rink. They were the same buildings. We do it a little different up in Canada. And the school was connected to the rink, so we could take the third class off. We would practice through third period and through lunch, and then get out of our gear, shower, eat your lunch in a bag while you were undressing your hockey gear, back in class 10 minutes later. So
okay.
Anyway, so I was a hockey lifer, man.
All right.
Yeah.
It's all day long.
All day long. That was it.
All right. And then what about when nighttime hits? When you're living there, your parents are where they are? Who are you with? A family or?
Yeah. Stay with a family.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have a little host family?
Yeah. Called a billet family. You move in with a billet family.
Billet?
Billet.
That's what they're called.
Yeah. Okay. Billet family. Yeah.
And their kid plays hockey as well, I'm assuming. Like they're on the team?
Their kid didn't know. Leonard and Debbie
they're just
Cummins.
A host family?
Yeah. They're just a host family.
Nice.
Yeah. Leonard and Debbie Cummins. I still keep in touch with them. They're wonderful. Yeah. They were my parents.
Are stoked. Like, I'm so glad we said to this motherfucker. All the other kids we had didn't do shit with themselves, damn it.
They were great. By the way, you have the greatest laugh.
Oh,
do you get told this?
Man.
Do you get told?
It's one or the other, bro. It's one or the other.
Oh my God.
I appreciate
love your
you
laugh.
being on the thumbs up side.
I love your laugh. Like when you laugh, when I listen to your show and when you laugh, I just start laughing, even if what you're laughing about, I don't find that funny. I just laugh because you're laughing.
I appreciate it.
I have a buddy, one of my best friends in the entire world. His name is Blake Weatherald. And when he laughs, it's the same high pitch that you get to. It's the greatest thing in the world. And when I hear you laugh, it reminds me of Blake.
Well, thank you, man.
Don't ever stop. Don't ever hide it. Yeah, I know
believe
you
me,
can't.
I can't help
Yeah.
it. I recently saw this thing where Eddie Murphy actually consciously had to change his laugh.
Why?
Because he got tired of people using it as like a punchline, or I'm wrong a lot, but a lot of the and also AI and all these other things where it's this, it's just a laugh. It's not me, it's my laugh. So he's actually changed his laugh. So when you watch these new documentaries, you don't get the
oh man,
anymore.
his laugh is so funny.
Iconic. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Everybody did it. So
you know that laugh show in France that they do?
Yeah, I have watched that where they just start laughing. We were just talking about this yesterday. There's nothing better than laughing when you're not supposed to laugh. And we just had the gear. Like if our grandmother had a laugh that she's been long gone. My daughter obviously has never met her, but I'll still imitate her. My daughter will start laughing because the way she laughed, it progressed. She would go, and that's when we'd all look at each other like, oh shit.
Oh, here it comes.
She'd go, and try to hold it back, and then it was just like, and then it was just man. And when we heard that, we're crying, laughing, but we're also like, keep going, kill grandma, kill grandma. If we're in church and we're not supposed to be laughing and some old lady farts or something, and I see your shoulders even just, I'm going for the throat, man. I wanted the priest to say something.
Never
you know
stop.
What I mean? No, it's the best ever.
My sister-in-law snorts when she laughs, like when you can get her to snort, and as soon as she snorts, my sister loses it.
It's over.
It's amazing.
Well, thank you. Let's get back to you here. So 16, we're with this host family. We're going to school. Are you being scouted? Like, what's the next step? Like, you're finding all this out. You're on your own. There's no one that's done this in the family before you. Yeah. So you're trailblazing yourself here.
Yeah. I actually almost didn't even make it. When I moved away from home at 16, I was like 2-3 weeks in, I got really homesick. I missed my mom and dad. I had a great, Leonard and Debbie were great. The Billet family was great, but I was living 5 hours away from home and I just missed my mom and dad, my brother and sister. I just missed being home. And I remember writing a letter. I wrote a letter to my mom and dad saying like, I want to come home. Didn't have a cell phone at that time, whatever. And I was like, I think I want to come home. I don't think I can do this. And I wrote this letter and I'm like, well, I'm not going to send it today. Let me just get through today and get to practice and then see what happens. And then I think the next day we might have had a game or something. So I was focused on that. And it wasn't until about 3 weeks later where I had stuck it in this desk in my room. I opened the bottom drawer of the desk. I'm like, oh, wow, look at this thing. This was the letter I wrote weeks ago. And I had obviously then settled in and been comfortable with being away from home, dealt with that. But there was a time where I was like, no, I don't think I can pursue this. I think I miss home too much.
And are you like hanging out with the guys on the team at all, or what? You know, how is that? You making friends at least? Yeah,
you do everything together. Train. So you go to school together, practice together. After school ends, you go to the gym together. At least those of us that wanted to continue on with hockey. There were some that didn't go to the gym and didn't go very far.
It also blows me away the size of, like, I don't think people realize unless you go watch hockey live. Most of these guys, they look like tight ends on skates. Some of them are really big these days.
But it's actually gotten it's actually gotten a little smaller, the sport.
Has it? Okay.
When I came into the NHL in 04.
Like the NFL linebackers going smaller than the old LT guys and shit.
Yeah. I came in at 6'2", 200 pounds, and they're like, you need to put on 20 pounds now.
Put on 20.
I'm like, I'm 6'2", 220, like 200. Like, I can't carry another 20 pounds. And they're like, you need to be able to move NHL defensemen who are 6'4", 220 on average. And I'm like, damn, that's so it used to be a bigger sport. Now it's all about speed. It is just breakneck speed. And if you can't move, you can't play. And some bigger guys can't move. I love size. You can't teach size. Coaches love size. You can lean on people, but that size needs to be able to move nowadays. Whereas back in the day, 20 years ago or whatever, you didn't have to move at the speed that you do today.
And when I'm 10 years old, it's guys like Rod Langway who still aren't wearing a fucking helmet. Rod Langway looks like he could skate right out of that arena with a cigarette in his mouth and go fix my car. You know what I mean?
Ally Afraidy, you remember that name?
Yeah,
Ally Afraidy. He used to smoke cigarettes in between periods.
I totally believe it.
Just like he had his bald on top, he had the skullet.
The skullet.
The shaved head and then the long hair in the back, and he'd rock darts between periods.
That's amazing. Amazing. All right. So what happens next? Do you go to college? Like, how do you start getting the
Did you go to college?
Yeah, I did.
You did?
I know you look at me, you don't think I did, bro, but I got my AA first in community college. And then I got a Bachelor of Science in Communications because I started thinking I was going to do physical therapy, and I took like human anatomy and physiology, and I was like, man, fuck this.
Too much
So when
reading?
I shifted into too much science and body shit, like it was really difficult. I had an injury on my back when I was 16, and I went to PT, and I loved it. I loved all the sports medicine, and I thought, I'm really into it. But then once we had to start diving into all the way into the body, I was like, I don't know about this. So I went back to communications, but I'd done so many of those classes. Instead of a Bachelor of Arts, I have a Bachelor of Science in Mass Comm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I got my grade 12 Saskatchewan Public Education diploma.
My
dad wanted me to go So when I was 16, I had scholarship offers from universities, Denver College, Colorado College, Wisconsin, like good Division I schools in the US.
Mhm.
And this blew my parents' mind, right? The free education. My dad's a principal, looks at the world through a lens of education, and his son has free scholarships to D1 colleges sitting on the table. And he's like, you should look at these. I'm like, I'm not going to college. And he's like, you have a free scholarship. You could get a free education, put that in your back pocket, then try and make the NHL. And I'm like, you don't win a Stanley Cup in college. I'm not going to college. And I intentionally, do you know what SATs are? Yeah. So
Unfortunately, I do.
In order to go visit a US college, you have to write your SAT test. I deliberately never took an SAT test so I could never go look at a US college.
Okay. You can't even go tour it, huh?
I couldn't go for I had to do that in order to go look at and explore these scholarship opportunities. I never wrote it so that I could permanently just eliminate. I wanted professional hockey. I wanted the Stanley Cup. That was my pursuit, and college was not anywhere on my radar.
All right. So if not college, what's our path then? How are we getting to the next level?
Then it's junior hockey. You come up through development programs in Canada.
And do you have to try out?
You have to try out for those.
Okay,
Yeah.
So you got to make these teams.
Yeah, I progressed through the teams and was a good player and just kept improving and kept climbing. And then you progress through junior hockey in Canada, just like going through, what you'd go with development programs in the US. And then you end up getting drafted by an NHL team at 17.
Okay.
So when you're 17, you get drafted. And then by the time you are 19, you have to sign a professional contract. So they have a 2-year window from the time they draft you to sign you. Otherwise, then you go back in the draft or you become a free agent.
So you're their property for 2 years, but you don't necessarily play for them at all.
You don't play. You might not, but if you can make it, great, but it's tough to make it.
Very few 17-year-olds.
Like 1 or 2 18-year-olds a year will make the NHL.
How old was Sidney when he came
He was 18.
18.
Yeah.
So, excuse me. So, but you're getting noticed from these clubs through this junior league.
Yes.
They're all watching.
It's the showcase in Canada.
Right.
It'd be like playing high school football in Texas. Right.
Oh, yes.
Right. Like every if you're going to be a player, like there's a nationwide league called the CHL, the Canadian Hockey League, where that is the feeder for the NHL.
And what position do you excel at then?
I'm a centerman. If you look at me, I know I'm sitting down, but I'm legs and lungs.
You are.
I'm long, lean, and long legs.
You look like a swimmer's body.
A swimmer's body.
Yeah, bro.
Man,
Michael Phelps build,
I always look at swimmers' bodies and they look like a bag of milk. So
you don't look like a fucking bag of milk, bro. I'll tell you that.
They're insane. You know how hard swimming is?
Yeah.
Swimming is maybe.
Listen, just to save my own ass to get to the side these days, I can't imagine going against Michael fucking Phelps.
I don't know how they do it. Swimmers, I don't know how you do it.
And then the calories they eat because they burn so much. Like when I would see what he'd eat, I'm like, God damn.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so wait. Who drafts you first then? Ottawa?
Ottawa drafts me.
Right, okay.
Yeah. So now you're like, imagine you're a kid. From the time life existed, all you want to do is play this professional sport. And for me, it was hockey. And you get drafted and it's like, oh my gosh.
And how do you notify you?
I got a phone call. Was eating breakfast, got a phone call. Hey, it's the Ottawa Senators. We just drafted you in the 6th round, 193rd overall. And we'd like to bring you to our development camp in a week. And I was eating breakfast like 8:30 in the morning. I don't even know.
You
cereal.
Don't remember. This is what I'm saying. Cereal. Like these moments in life when you think it's going to be this grandiose moment, it's going to happen in this beautiful way. And you're just over there eating Cheerios.
Yeah, I just woke up and I got this phone call and whatever. And then I remember my dad running out because I was so excited. I remember my dad coming out from his bedroom. I remember my mom coming out and I couldn't believe it. My name was now associated with the NHL. And as a kid, I grew up in a hometown of 600 people. To have that, like I have a chance now. All I need is a chance.
That's right.
Get me on
Doors
the ice.
open.
I don't care who, when, what time, how long.
Where the fuck's Gretzky?
Yeah. Where you at, Wayne?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No. I did not care where. Just get me anywhere for another opportunity. And then from there, progress to become.
So what happens in that 2 years? What do you do for them?
Still, you go to training camp.
Okay.
You get beat up, dominated, and cut because you're playing against grown professionals there, and it is amazing. Your first NHL training camp, you're stupid, like, this is amazing.
I'll bet. How do you not? You're a fan your whole life.
Yeah, you're playing. You all of a sudden you're lining up with these guys that you have a poster of them on your wall as a kid, and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm playing with this guy now. But also just you see. It is so fun to see masters of their craft. Somebody who is just so refined and dominant, and the way they can place a puck. And the very first lesson I learned, 10 games into my NHL career, the first lesson I learned, it's not luck. That was the first lesson I learned in the NHL, because a guy would make a play, I'm like, fucking lucky. Guy would make a backhand pass through 2 sets of skates on the tape, that's lucky. Guy would pick a corner from a sharp angle, impossible, lucky. 10 games in, I'm like, nope, this is not luck. This is world-class skill.
I would hear people say that about Messi a lot. Like, I'm like, he's in the right place every fucking time. Not because he's lucky, because he knows right where to fucking be. Yeah. Like, that is preparation.
Yeah.
That ain't luck.
And decades of skill and application and mastery of craft.
Work. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. I also really was a big fan of Dennis Rodman. I loved I loved him because he was like, look, everybody else is scoring. Yeah. Everyone else is scoring. I'm not going to do that. Yeah. I'm not going to be Michael Jordan. Yeah. So what can I do? Yeah. On the other end. And then he started learning the way a ball would bounce off a rim, and he knew it's going to hit over here. I'm going over
amazing.
Here. He was fucking great at it.
But he was also a vicious competitor. Mm-hmm. Like, so much of sport is great. You're talented. You're XYZ. It comes down to throw a puck in that corner. Who's coming out with it? You or me, right? That's so much of sport.
All right. So when do they say, hey man, you go to the AHL?
Yeah. So when I was,
how old are you?
Well, I signed my first professional contract. I got it done 13 minutes before the deadline.
Oh, really?
We had 2 years to do it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And my agent knew I had progressed really well. I made our World Junior team. I made the Canadian Junior National team. Like I had progressed really well. And my agent, Rolly Thompson, he was my agent my whole career. He knew we had the leverage at that time. And he's like, Brooks, we're going to wait. And I'm like, oh, and it's a day out from the deadline, and I still don't have a contract. And I'm like, what's happening? I want to sign with this team. I want to go pro. There's like a lot of money that I could be making. And my dad goes on a fishing trip the day before. He goes, and I'm like, Dad, I don't know what to do. He goes, you make your decision and you deal with it. I'm going on this fishing trip. I'll call you when I get back, and then we'll see what happened. And so the whole next day, my dad is gone. This is the biggest decision of my life.
Hell yeah.
But my dad left it to me. It was amazing. I don't know if I could have done what he did in that moment, but he went on a fishing trip to northern Saskatchewan. There's no cell phones at this time. And I don't even know if there was phones where he was going. And so I had to make this decision on, do they come to the amount of money that we're asking for? What if they don't? At this time, we're hundreds of thousands of dollars away from the agreement. Mm-hmm. Anyway, so the next day, still nothing. I have to sign by 2 p.m., 12:30. Haven't got a phone call.
Are you shitting yourself though? All right, because at this point, I'll play for free.
I'm like, what the hell's going on? We're so far away from what my agent is telling me we're worth. And this is more money than my parents have ever seen. I've been making $89 every 2 weeks to play hockey. Oh, that's what junior hockey pays.
$89.
$100 minus $11 in taxes, $89 every 2 weeks. I could afford 2 tanks of gas and a movie from 17, 18, 19. That's what I could afford with that money. Mm-hmm. Anyway, my agent calls me like 30 minutes. He goes, it's in. They came to our number. I'm faxing you this right now. You have to
fax him too. We're against the fax.
He's like, you have to sign it. You have to fax it back to the league. You have to fax it back to the Senators. It's got to get through now. So I rush. I print it off. I rush. I sign it. We fax it back to the league. We fax it back to the Senators, or whatever. There was 2 places we had to fax it. And he calls me. He goes, it's verified. It's in. You're signed. It's done. And it was 13 minutes before the deadline.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Do you mind if I ask what the number was back then?
$775,000 US signing bonus.
Yeah.
Plus a $25,000 signing bonus if I played X amount of games, which I think I hit. So $800,000 signing bonus plus I think my salary was $500,000 or $600,000.
Is that like a standard rookie NHL back then or whatever?
Yeah, there was. You can negotiate that stuff. Yeah, the signing bonus was close to the max. The max at that time was 1.1. But
I was going to say, all in, you're over $1 million with all this.
Oh yeah, yeah. So life changes instantly if you
boom.
But
but now the work begins.
Well, I don't know. My first paycheck, I didn't even cash for. My first paycheck was like $80,000.
And this is for the NHL or the AHL?
It's the NHL.
This is the NHL. But where were you playing in the AHL?
My first year pro, so I didn't make the team. And in my first year pro, I played for the Binghamton Senators, the American Hockey League. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and now you have a decision. I actually had a really good coach, Ryan. I wonder if you ever had somebody. Do you ever have a mentor or somebody guide you in comedy?
No, not. I mean, the closest for me is Tom Segura. I've watched that guy go from open mics to an empire and a studio and everything. So I would say watching Tom for me.
Did you know him?
No doubt. Oh, yeah. We're really good friends. And I've known him back then. That's what I'm saying. He's not only a really funny comedian and a great person, but he is one of the smartest business people I've ever met. And this isn't like the shit we're doing now is not something that's been around forever where it's like, if you do this, and this, it's ever changing. And he has done a phenomenal job adapting and growing in all of these fields.
I had a coach when I was 19, gave me an amazing bit of advice. His name was Dean Chenouth. And he called me into his office and he goes, Brooks, let me tell you this right now. You can be 100-point American Hockey League player, so minor league player. You can score 100 points a year in the minor leagues, or you can score 60 points a year in the NHL. But you're going to need to do some different things to score 60 in the NHL. Which one would you rather be? And I said, I want to play in the NHL. And he goes, okay, we got to learn to play defense. We got to learn to penalty kill. We got to learn faceoffs. We got to learn little things of the game. Your offensive abilities are there, but you are not world class. You will not score 100 points in the NHL, but you can score 60. My best career, guess what my best career year was?
62.
59.
59.
59. But I missed 4 games that year. I broke my face, got a puck in the face, broke my face, missed 4 games.
Jesus. Even with the visor?
No, I didn't wear one.
Oh, fuck. Did you after that?
No.
No, you motherfucking. Let me see your teeth, bro. You have some good,
hockey players. I don't have good teeth. I have good dentists.
They look good, though.
My front 4 were broken. They broken off. But he was right on. He was like, he had me. He knew, he saw what I could be.
It's 2 points a goal, right? 1 for an assist.
It's 1
3, 2, 1. Because don't you have a second assist too now?
Yeah. So there's a goal, then there's a primary assist and a secondary assist, but they all count as 1 point.
Oh, they do. I thought a goal was more. It's not. Oh, okay.
No.
All right.
A goal gets you more girls.
Yeah.
More girls like the goal scorers, right? So
all right. So tell me about. Because I was telling you out there, AHL was, we had the Capitals. AHL, we used to go watch the Baltimore Skipjacks. And at that time, this is early 80s. They are the Pittsburgh Penguins farm team and then later became the Capitals.
Yeah.
So I would see teams like, I think you played for the Hershey Bears or against the Hershey Bears.
I won a championship in
did?
Hershey. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So you lived in Hershey, Pennsylvania for a while?
For 2 months. I made the NHL, we didn't make the playoffs in Washington. I was still young enough I could go to the minors. I was on my entry-level contract, the one we just discussed. And so they're like, NHL season is done. Brooks, we're going to send you to Hershey. Go win a Calder Cup there. And I went to Hershey, and then we ended up winning the Calder Cup. And it was an amazing 2 months.
Did you ride the Super Duper Looper over at the park?
Oh, I don't even know.
You didn't go to the Hershey Park?
I despise the smell of chocolate.
I'll bet you do now, bro.
I know I did. I've always had.
Oh, you did before. They put you in the fucking
And I get to Hershey, I'm like, oh my God. It is. If any of your listeners have been to Hershey, the people are amazing. The town is amazing. It's just the chocolate for me. I just don't like the chocolate smell. But the experience in Hershey was incredible, and we ended up winning the championship. And so it was a fun 2 months of life.
It was seeing an AHL crowd versus an NHL crowd when we went. I was telling you out there, it was the first time I'd ever even heard the word cunt was at an AHL game. And it's my dad, my two brothers, and these just dudes behind us are shit-faced. And they're into it, though. They know what they're talking about. They know who the players are. They're telling us, like, watch, he's coming out. He's going to be the henchman. He's going to be the guy. It's the enforcer's about to come out here and all this shit. And they're just like, you fucking cunt. And my dad's laughing, but he's like, guys, I got my little brother's probably 5 or 6. He's like, I got my kids there. And they're like, we're so sorry. You're right. You're so right. And they are shit-faced. And as soon as it starts back up, you fucking
They can't help
cunt.
it. They can't help it. Turn
And I'm
loose.
like, what's a cunt? My dad's like, God,
Dude, you should see what it's like on the ice.
I'll bet, man. I'll bet.
I've always said this. I was like, if the NHL really wanted to break through to because of the 4 major sports in the US, we're the 4th, right? You have NBA, you have NFL, NBA, Major League Baseball, NHL. And if NHL really wanted to break through, put mics on every player and put it on HBO. And you would that game that you would watch then, I mean, it would expose a lot of
It would.
Players, but that game from a fan standpoint, one of the first, there's 3 questions I always get asked. Do you have all your teeth? Have you been in fights? Who was the biggest trash talker?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I always get asked.
Let's hear it.
In hockey. Yeah. Who was it?
Yeah.
Oh God. It was your guys on your 3rd and 4th line. It was your 4th line guys that just sat on the bench and they got so bored just sitting on the bench that they would just start shit just for their own fun. And they would rip on every guy that went by the bench. And we had guys that did it too.
And now with social media, they could probably find out personal shit on you. Your fucking dog's name and shit.
There's kind of a code where it's like, you kind of don't go cross that line, but like, God forbid you have a face-off in front of the other team's bench, and so it's like I'm lining up right here, and Ryan, you and your whole teammate or your team are right behind me. There is 8 guys just barraging you with every word you've ever heard.
Well, I'm a big fan of 24/7, and I think was it the Capitals and Penguins?
Caps,
maybe did
Penguins,
the outdoor
we did
one?
it. Yep.
Were you?
I was in that.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
And I was totally surprised. I don't know why, but I was. About how often the refs said fuck.
Oh.
I couldn't get over it. What the fuck? Knock that fucking bullshit off. Like, God, you would never be allowed. I feel like if a ref said that in the NFL, they'd fine them.
Really?
I feel like they would. Man, when they had those guys mic'd up, it was fuck this, fuck that.
Yeah.
All this. And I was like, damn, these refs are not like this professional little, oh, we hear you guys. It was like, knock that fucking bullshit off. I was like, God.
Hockey's a great sport, man.
It is. It's the last one.
And the fighting in it is great.
That's what my daughter is 11. She's definitely a girl's girl, but she's got it in her. And I took her to a Kings game and she's like, I want to see a fight. And I go, you do? She's like, yeah. And we had 2 good ones.
Really?
Yeah. And she was stoked.
Yeah.
Stoked.
It actually keeps the sport clean.
And honest and
because we carry around weapons, right? Like we've got a stick. I can do a lot of damage. You take fighting out of that stick, or there's so much like spearing and butt ending and just
you're also snipers with that puck. You could probably take somebody
too,
out.
Yeah, but
just
you can do it. You can do it more coy
in the ribs.
In the ribs. Oh, the amount of times you come out of games and your ribs are just diced up because somebody stuck sticks in them. Like I saw a guy in the airport, bumped into a former player last year in the airport. I'm like, Chris, what's up, brother? And he goes, hey, Brooks, how are you? It's good to see you. And I was like, last time I saw you, you had your stick buried in my ribs. And he goes, that is true. I did. Yeah, I did. But yeah, you can do nasty things with a stick.
Yeah.
But then you do something with your stick. If there's a guy on the team's other team's 6'5", 240 pounds, comes and breathes down your neck, says, don't touch that guy ever again, or I'll punch your teeth down your throat. You're like, I'm sorry, Mr. Sickler, I will play hockey.
Yeah, Mr. Damn right.
Yeah, right. So it keeps the sport, as much as people think it's a violent thing, it's a self-policing thing to calm people down that are running around creating chaos, to bring it back to just playing hockey.
Who is the best player you ever played with or against? And you played for Washington, so is it Ovechkin?
I played 10 years with Ovi. He's the greatest goal scorer
ever. Which is insane.
It's not even close.
I mean, as a Canadian, did you even think anyone ever beat Gretzky's record?
We didn't even play him with O. Like O would score 65 a year, 60, like what?
Because then you 50. Look, it's like he's got to keep doing this for this many years, and he's still going.
He did it.
And he did.
Like even when he got to 500, I remember standing in front of the ice, standing in front of the on his 500th goal, sitting in front of the net, seeing it go by, seeing it go in. It's still 400 more goals.
400. He's just
beat
over
the record.
halfway there.
It was so far away that we knew he was an unbelievable goal scorer. We just didn't think anybody would ever beat that record. It's like Nolan Ryan, 5,000 strikeouts.
no doubt.
Who's ever going to beat that record? But he did it. And so I got to play against, you'll remember this name. I got to play against Mario Lemieux.
Oh yeah, of course.
One time. And it was an exhibition. We went to Pittsburgh. And for anybody that doesn't, Mario Lemieux was one of the Mount Rushmore of hockey players. He is one of the best ever.
No doubt.
And my dad was a Mario fan, and Mario put up 5 points. They beat us 8-1, and he didn't even take a stride. And I called my dad after the game. We had lost. We just got pumped 8-1. I called my dad. I'm like, Dad, you should have seen Mario. If I make this team and we can play against Pittsburgh, I'm flying you down. You got to see Mario. He's so good.
That's the only time you got to play against him?
Yeah, he retired shortly after that. That's when Crosby came in the league, and he stuck around for 6 weeks or something.
But isn't Crosby still playing right now?
He is, yeah.
Listen, I saw it the other day, and I thought, there's no fucking way. I feel like I was 10 when Sidney Crosby came in, which I wasn't. But he was injured for a few seasons too, right?
Yeah.
So he had some time off.
But he's still doing it.
How old is he?
38.
I was going to say he's got to be close to 40 now.
2 decades he's been in the league.
For guys to take that beating with their body, too, the training, the dieting, the working out, and then the physical beating you guys take. I don't know how the fuck you can keep doing that in your 40s.
Yeah.
How old's Ovechkin now?
He's 40.
40.
So nobody plays past 40 anymore. Like, that's such a rare, maybe one guy, if that. It used to be, the game has trended so young. It's just so young. And some people love the physical. Like, even post hockey, I've stayed in shape. I love,
you look great,
I love the physicality of, I just love living a physical life. Other guys are like, when they're done, they aren't touching a weight or a bike or running another mile in their life. They still eat the same and then drink their wine, and they put on 50 pounds and they don't look like a professional athlete. You've probably seen some of those guys, but to do it into your late 30s and to be great at it still. LeBron is still doing it, right? Like,
even when I see that guy dunk, I'm like, he didn't have to. You know what I mean? It takes a lot of energy to fucking dunk.
I don't know if you're 6'9" and you got that athleticism.
At 40, those knees and all that shit takes a lot, man. You could just lay it up. You know what I mean? He could take it easy, but he's still out there throwing it down.
You just want to prove it.
People his son's age, literally.
Yeah, but you just want to prove it. Is it like that in comedy? Is it like you want to because if the longer you've been in the league, you still want to stick it to guys, and every guy is coming in to knock you off, right? Is it like that in comedy where every young guy is coming to knock you off? And when you've been in comedy, that you still want to prove it? This is how we do it. This is the level that we are at. You are not yet here, son.
I mean, there's some younger guys who've come in and just haven't really, not in the sense of like the content or the talent, but there's a way to be. There's a way to behave.
As a youth?
Not just as a youth, but if you're new in comedy, you don't go into green rooms and clubs just acting like you've been doing this shit for 20 years and disrespect,
okay.
So it's a server or anything like that. I'm not even talking about who you are on that fucking stage. I go to these clubs everywhere and they always tell me who the assholes are. And the assholes seem to be the same assholes. You go to every single club and it's like, that's a shame. They're only 3-4 years into this. I hear some of these names, you know. It's one thing to be a guy that's been in it 20 years and everybody knows he's coming and he's just a dick. Notice I'm saying he a lot, by the way. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's talk about this because we were out there and you said you never won a Stanley Cup. And what is it like to chase something? Because that was your whole goal. It wasn't just to make the NHL. It was, I want to win a Stanley Cup.
That was the goal, yeah.
And when you don't, what's your last season like when you realize that? Who was your last team? Your
last team was the LA Kings here in town. Yeah.
And it was one season?
One season.
And what was your record when you played?
I don't know. I ended up getting released halfway through the year because they had to see if two young guys, the quote, we need to see if these two young guys can play. So we need to release you. And I'm like, I can play. And they're like, we know, but we need to see if they can play. And I did that to somebody when I entered the league.
Right, yeah.
So I understand that evolution. The game passes us
One day it's going to be
all.
your turn.
Nobody beats Father Time. The game passes us all. But that was the hardest. It took me 5 years, Ryan, to even say the words "I retire." So my last game was in 2017. It wasn't until 2022 that I said, "I retire." And even then I was uncomfortable with it because saying those words meant accepting 30 years of failure of not winning a Stanley Cup. And I didn't know how to accept that. So
were you still trying to play for teams during that?
I wasn't. I wasn't. So
you just didn't want to say it.
I was locked in. I wasn't pursuing hockey any further, but I couldn't accept the fact that I had spent 32 years of my life chasing one thing, and now that thing was not ever going to happen.
So let me ask you, I believe you played for your Olympic team, didn't you?
I played for not Olympic team, junior world championship and men's world championship, but not Olympics.
Okay.
Yeah.
You've played at the highest level in hockey in the world.
Yeah.
Against the best in the world. Were you ever an all-star?
No, I was never an all-star. No.
So what about this makes it a failure? Just because you didn't hold that trophy?
More than that, I wanted it for my mom and dad. I wanted it for my brother and sister, all my friends growing up, my school teachers, players I played with, our community, coaches that bumped me to the next level, every single person involved in my journey. And I once did a presentation I called it my hockey journey. I did a presentation on my life through hockey. And in doing that presentation, I learned that I was responsible for about 10% of my success. That's it. And that was just the hard work that I put in. My parents got me to the rink. They paid for everything. My brother and sister supported me. Friends supported me. Other teammates couldn't have done it without them. Other coaches were involved in it. Host family, like Leonard and Debbie. Everybody along the way. I paid it when I was 13. I paid a farmer in town $25 to weld me a squat rack to hold a barbell.
No shit.
Ken Myers. When I did a hockey journey, there was so many people. I'm like, wow, I'm responsible for 10% of my success. So it wasn't just me winning the Stanley Cup. It was for all of them. It almost makes me emotional talking about it. It was for all of them to have it as well.
I admire that. When does it hit you though that all those people really wanted for you was for you to just be happy and go for it? When does that actually set in that you're not a loser if you don't come home with a Stanley Cup? Because here's the other thing, brother. This isn't tennis or boxing or MMA. You got a whole team you have to depend on. If the star gets a DUI and we're fucked. You know what I mean? Like you're in a band and the singer's fucking throat's trash, we're fucked.
Yeah.
It's not just you going out there. It's every single element that goes into team sports.
And I understand that.
I
do. I understand that. It's also the beauty of it. Like when you win as a team, you get to rejoice with everybody. When you lose as a team, you pick each other up, right? So I love the team component. I didn't want to play golf or tennis or whatever and be an individual sport. Not that there's anything wrong with that. My fiance is a 2-time world champ CrossFit athlete. She played an individual sport and she ascended to the highest level.
Does she ever rub that shit in?
Yeah.
Does she ever rub it in?
Oh, yeah, she beats me in workouts all the time.
Yeah. But you got me thinking about like a guy like Dan Marino, for example.
Yeah.
All that time getting to the game or Jim
greats.
Kelly, for God's sake, 4 fucking Super Bowls in a row. Like, man, and do you now look at it like it was a failure?
On bad days, yeah. On days, I don't
struggle with that.
I don't have a lot of bad days. My life is amazing. I have a 7-month-old daughter.
Yeah,
I am
congrats.
engaged to the most amazing woman on the planet. We get married this summer.
Yeah, congrats.
We're so blessed, Ryan. You have your daughter. We get to do things we love. We are so blessed beyond belief. So I don't really say I have bad days, but there is a hole in my heart in that I didn't win a Stanley Cup. For me, for everybody involved in it. It's coming to grips with an unrealized dream that I spent 32 years chasing. Every decision every day for 32 years is, does this make me a better or worse hockey player? That's it. Well, probably not. Probably 21 years from the time I was 13 until I was 34. That was my decision, my lens for every decision in life. Does this make me a better or worse hockey player? And so I spent, 21 years full-time pursuing this thing, and I never got it. And how do you accept that you are never going to get it and you're never going to get another chance at it? And I didn't know how to accept that when I retired from hockey.
And how are you accepting it?
There's nothing to do about it now. Go fishing.
You're not interested in maybe coaching or winning one as a coach or part of a team as a coach, or
not professionally. No, because I want time with my family.
There it is.
I will coach my daughter. I can't wait to get skates for my daughter, and I will have her on skates and introduce her to the sport. My life is now about giving back to others. My whole life was very selfish. Pursuing professional sports is a very selfish thing.
It is, yeah. Just by definition, yes, it is.
Yes, you have to be insane and you have to be selfish with your time in order to ascend to that level. I don't believe you can make it otherwise. It's too competitive. There's too many people that will go too far to make it. Anyway, so now it's about my fiance. It's about my daughter. It's about what we're building with World Playground and how we're helping families and people travel the world. So there aren't too many. I have so much gratitude. The fact that we're sitting here talking was probably because I was an NHL player. I'm probably not here, right? If I'm just an entrepreneur starting a company or doing something, I'm probably not here.
Depends on what you're selling, bro. You know what I mean? Yeah. But if I don't go out and set off to be a professional fucking clown, I'm not here with you either.
Yeah.
You know?
But so hockey still continues to give to me to this day,
What was that first 6 months, year like after you get cut by the Kings? Are you still living in California?
LA? Yeah.
Is it just cold? That people call you?
It's really interesting you picked that word. Why did you pick that word?
Because I feel like it is. I feel like it's a business, and once it's over, it's click, and then it's just cold.
Huh? Because I was actually told that I was cold.
You were?
Yeah.
In what way? After they let you go?
After.
What
the first 12 to 18 months.
What the hell were you supposed to do?
I don't know. But it's
why they say cold?
Emotionally unavailable. Just like I look back at that time, it's almost like a black hole in my life. I don't remember a lot from it. From the first 12 months after hockey ended, I don't remember really what I did. I never went to drugs or alcohol. And I actually trained. My addiction was, I'm going to out train this intensity, this feeling of frustration. So I would just work out for hours on end.
Were they trying to invite you back to do any?
No, I didn't.
So what the hell were you supposed to do? I don't know what the fuck. I'd be depressed as shit.
So that's the hard part.
Instead of worrying about me being cold, maybe somebody worry about if I'm fucking okay. It's a different person you're dealing with. So are you okay?
Yeah, no. At that time, probably deep down probably wasn't, and would have liked to have got into it more and shared more. I maybe needed somebody to pull that out of me or what, but it was a tough time. It was.
Who during that time did you lean on the most? Talk to your dad. Who, if anybody? The Bible. What did you turn to? You're not drugs. You're not alcohol. You're just working out to just fucking keep your mind off of it.
I think I avoided. I don't, you asked me that question. I don't think I turned to anybody. And I think that was a significant downfall on why that was so difficult for me. I don't think I knew how to handle it. Other things in life weren't going well at that time either. There was some other personal issues I was going through. So that wasn't a great experience for me at that time either. There was just at that time, there was a lot of uncertainty, and my whole world was being flipped upside down. Imagine if you did comedy your whole life and then somebody today said you can now no longer do comedy.
I have nightmares about this.
Do you?
You ever have a recurring dream? Eventually they stop. At least they have for me. I had two for a long time.
My recurring dream is that somebody's about to hit me on the ice and I just flinch. I just like, I'm like, oh my God, I wake up. I'm like, because there's the moment before you get crushed. Is it really?
No,
Oh,
shit. Could you imagine? I have no business on the ice.
The moment before you get crushed, you see the guy and it flashes. It's like a car just coming at you, bang, and you see him, you're like, and you just flinch. And I still get those once a week. I get those
Once a week. Oh, that's
yeah.
a lot. Yeah.
But what are your 2 dreams?
Well, the one that makes the most sense to me, I don't know why this other one, we'll talk about it in a second, but the one for years, it's finally stopped, but all the while I'm hustling and trying to be a comedian and figure out the ever-changing landscape of WordPress and then MySpace and then Facebook and oh my God, podcast and self-produced specials. I used to have dreams where I would have to move back to Baltimore and move into my grandmom's basement to save money because I tapped it and I didn't have anything else. And I would have nightmares that I couldn't just get up on a Wednesday and go do a good show somewhere. And I would freak out about having to not be able to pursue it because I just didn't have it anymore.
Why do you think those come?
I think that, I don't know. I think anxiety is a big part of it. Obviously, I think our brains are, there's just a lot of electricity zapping through there during the day. And I think thoughts get embedded in there. And I think sometimes people like us who are go, when you finally get to shut the computer down a little bit and put it to sleep, I think these things that were back there that maybe we
subconscious.
Yeah, we took it in and we'll be like, we'll get to that fucking thing later. And then it pops up when you least expect it. Also, I think we're relaxed. I think we're guarded during the day, sometimes defensive in the sense that I'm going to go work out. I'm not going to think about that. But when you're laying down, you're about to fall asleep.
Yeah,
that's it. You're a hostage to your own thoughts or whatever else is going on. And I think we're unguarded at that time. And then a lot of these anxieties slip in.
What is the hardest? So what is the hardest part of being a comedian? Like, I'd be terrified to get on stage and I'd forget all my jokes or
that's what everyone says. That's not it for me. I'm only going to speak for me these days, and you'll appreciate this, is going on the road and not being able to see my daughter. So I'm a single dad. I have 50-50 custody, and it's what I fought for.
Yeah.
So I go on the road when I don't have her. The weekend I don't, and then the weekend I do, I'm here.
Yeah.
And I'm not interested. I don't care enough to go do that and then have to come back and figure out how to have a fucking relationship with my kid who I don't know. I don't care.
Yeah.
I really, also when I had a kid, a lot of that stopped too, because I'm like, oh, now this is number one priority right here. This is what I do it for.
Yeah.
So but as far as the job itself,
what about the trade
selling
and the craft?
Tickets, bro? Selling tickets, staying relevant. And as a comedian, I came up, late 90s. So internet's 3 years old. So when I started, it was just get up and do sets.
Yeah.
Go, learn, grow, write, learn, grow.
Wasn't that glorious?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that have been a glorious time?
Mm-hmm.
Where it's just about the craft.
It was. And then it becomes, like I said, the Facebooks and the MySpaces and then the YouTubes and the clips and the shorts and the specials and the podcast. Like, this job has changed more than I feel like any job in entertainment has changed. Actors and actresses still do the fucking same thing.
Yeah.
We as comedians also, we pioneered this podcast shit. I know that what's his name, Adam, I think it was, from MTV, and then you got guys like Tom Green very early on, and Joe Rogan and all these guys early on. But I've been doing this shit since 2012.
Wow,
and
really?
And it has changed so much. And then you're learning about YouTube algorithms, and you're like, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? I want to
tell jokes.
But the comics started these podcasts heavy. In our cars, in our apartments, in our basements, in our whatevers. And then the pandemic hits, and every fucking Tom, Dick, and Harry's got one now. Yeah. Now they all got them.
Yeah.
I will never forget an agent at Gersh telling me, come see me when podcasts make money. And I said, that's exactly when I ain't coming to see you, bro.
Yeah.
That's exactly when I ain't coming to see you.
Yeah.
Give me your welcome to the NHL moment.
My first NHL game, after warm-ups are done. Warm-ups are 16 minutes long. Our trainer comes and gets me. He goes, Brooks, that was awesome. And I'm like, what? And he goes, You had a smile on your face for 16 straight minutes.
You just couldn't get it off.
I'm in the show, baby. I'm in the show. I'm smiling. Like, I couldn't get the smile
That's
up.
fucking great.
I didn't know that I did, but I'm just like, I'm looking around. I'm playing against Scott Stevens and Marty Brodeur and Patrick Elias, these guys that I used to play on Sega Genesis.
Scott Stevens, yes.
Oh, he was a killer.
Mhm.
He's a certified killer, that guy. And this is my first game in the NHL. And then I remember Jeff Friesen coming down, very first shift. I didn't start. I'm on the bench. Jeff Friesen comes down, wires a slap shot that just misses the top corner by a 1/4 inch. And my angle of it was amazing. I'm like, oh my God, that's the fastest thing I've ever seen in my life. But then the first 10 games, I don't know, welcome to the end. Remember Eric Lindros?
Of course.
You remember Eric? So
Of course.
he was a titan, that guy. I remember there was one time, this is early in my career, a couple games in, I was coming up by our bench and our bench just starts yelling, heads up. And because Lindros was coming and he comes and we just have a collision, boom. And I stood him up. I stood my ground.
Okay.
And it was like a boom. And I didn't rock him, but I was like,
But you didn't go down.
At least I didn't get killed. And I'm like,
that's a win.
Here we go. I can compete against these guys. And then you take the puck off a guy, you beat a guy on a face-off. Matt Sundin, like Joe Nieuwendyk, these guys, Joe Thornton, these guys that I had played or like idolized growing up. You beat them in a battle. You're like, you're just human. You are human. I am too. I'm here. And I can compete with, so you get little wins that then stack up.
Yeah.
And then you score your first NHL goal.
This is my next question. Tell me that. Walk me through that. Who's it against?
Oh, it's against the Montreal Canadiens.
Okay.
It's in Montreal. You score your first NHL goal.
Was it all slow down? Was it all slow motion?
I just remember it was a power play and I grabbed a rebound and slid it in and I will never forget it. And I could not stop smiling even when I got back to the bench.
You have that puck?
I have that puck.
Okay,
that
good.
puck actually got stolen.
By who? Who stole your shit?
When I moved from LA, dude, crazy story. Ready for this? I'll try and summarize it real quick. So I moved, I went through a separation in LA during COVID 2020, moved all my stuff into storage as I flew up to my lake house in Idaho, carried a bag up to Idaho with me. Month later, came back down to rent a U-Haul and move all my stuff up to Idaho. My storage unit had been broken into and cleaned out.
Cleaned out?
Everything.
No.
Like everything I had in life outside of a bag that I took to Idaho was in that storage unit and it was cleaned out. And in it was all of my memorabilia, including my first NHL goal puck. And I don't have a lot of memorabilia. I gave away sticks and stuff and like whatever, because it didn't mean that much to me. But my first NHL goal puck meant something and it got stolen.
There's no camera footage or
They couldn't ID the license plate. They couldn't find it. They could not anyway. So I give a report to the LAPD and years go by. I'm in London in 2023, I think 2023 or 24, something like that, with my fiance at one of her fitness competitions. I get a phone call from the LAPD. No. Says, is this Brooks Laich? I'm like, yep. We found your memorabilia. And I'm like, what? They're like, we found your first goal puck, your first 20 goal puck. And I'm like, are you kidding me? This is years later. I thought this is the one possession. There's one thing I'd never sell in my life, and it's that puck. And it's gone. For me, it's gone, and it's just heartbreaking. And then we come back from London. I immediately fly up to LA. I drive out to this venue that they have thing or whatever, and they said they made a drug bust, and somehow this was recovered, and they figured that my memorabilia had been used as collateral or as payment in some sort of drug bust.
They're giving your shit away.
They found it, Ryan. And I got my first NHL goal back.
Oh,
so in my office, the only two pieces of hockey memorabilia in my office are my first NHL goal puck and the first time I scored 20, my first puck from the puck from scoring 20, because that announces yourself as a goal scorer. You score 20 in the NHL. That's the number.
Like 1,000-yard rushing for the running back? Or?
Yeah, 1,000 yards probably higher. That's probably like a 40 or 50 goal scorer in the NHL. But like you score 20, you're you score goals in the NHL.
Okay.
So those are the only two things I have, but they were missing for 4 years.
That's fucking crazy.
And LAPD
All right, LAPD. We got one. Yeah. Stayed on the case. Listen, usually they're just like, man, fuck that shit's gone. His fucking shit's gone.
Man, the detectives that did it, like, I just could not believe it. That's the most valuable thing that I have is that puck. It just means so much to me. Yeah.
A couple more questions. You have this recurring dream about getting crushed.
Yeah.
What's the hardest hit you ever took in the NHL?
Oh.
Is that why you have it? Did you ever just get mauled?
Oh, all the time. That's the beauty of the sport, man. You take your hits, but you give your hits, you take your hits. It is so beautiful to skate as fast as you can and slam into somebody, and that's legal. God, you just feel, you feel good.
I wish I could do.
You're like, oh, that feels good. Now the flip side of that,
punishment. We should be allowed to do that to people.
The flip side of it is every other guy on the team can do that to you too. You're like, shah. I got hit one time. Trying to think of some. I'll give you a couple real quick. I was 16. I got hit one time. Guy put a shoulder right in my chest, knocked me right on the ground. Boom. It's like I hit my back, hit the ground, and I flipped almost right back to my skates. Like he hit me so hard. I just went
rebounded off the ice.
It almost felt like I did. Dude. He hit me that hard. I chased this guy around. I chase him around. I'm 16 years old, right? I'm like, I got to defend myself. I got to go fight this guy. I chase him around the ice. I can't breathe. I'm just like, my lungs are clapped. I'm chasing them. It's like 20, 30 seconds. Still can't breathe. I'm like, oh, I'm in trouble. I still can't breathe. I get to the bench. I get on the bench. I'm hunched over. I still can't breathe. And I'm like, oh, what's going on? I remember taking my first breath. I go, and I pass out over backwards on the bench.
Holy
As soon as I was able to inhale, I just went over backwards. And then I just remember waking up and looking up and teammates and refs and people over top of me. I'm like, what's going on? And they're like, you passed out. I'm like, I'm fine. Pull me up. And they just pulled me back up on the bench and then just kept playing. It was fine.
Let you play?
I have no idea what physically happened there.
Yeah.
No idea.
Not collapsed lungs.
No.
You wouldn't have been able to keep going. No.
I have no idea. Yeah. Another time I got hit so hard, I got up and my left leg didn't work. It was like it didn't work. It was like it shut off. Like
you said your face. What happened to your face?
Oh, I got hit.
Twice. Puck hit you?
Twice I broke my face.
From pucks, sticks, or?
Yeah, I got the first time I broke it, I was 20. I got hit with a puck, just cruising by the net. Slap shot came in, didn't see it. Got hit with a puck right in the cheek. Got to the hospital. They put an ice bag on it. I couldn't even feel the ice. It just exploded. Like it was just. And then another time is years later, got hit from a teammate in practice, took a slap shot, and it ricocheted off the crossbar and hit me right.
Man.
The only way I can describe it.
Same side of the face?
Same side. So my left cheek here is numb. There's nerves that come through a little hole in your cheekbone here that do like the muscles for your mouth and stuff. And my smile is a little crooked because my nerves are done. It feels like if somebody came along for you, Ryan, and just cracked you with a hammer right in your cheekbone. Just imagine somebody going, bam. And it just, that time I think I broke 3 bones in 7 spots in my face. And then I was like, I'm still playing. There's a saying in hockey, it's a long ways from your legs. Right? Your face is a long ways from your legs.
Sure is.
Like hockey players are tough.
Yeah,
and the culture is tough. You better be dying before you don't play.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like some other sports. Not going to get into that.
I hear you.
But like you better be dying before you don't play. And so it's a long ways from the legs. I'm saying, yeah, I'm going to play. The doctor has to stop me from playing because he says, if you take another hit, your eye is going to droop. He's like, your face is too broken.
Like permanently.
Your eye will droop if you take another hit.
But you don't have any like weird implants or any of that shit in there, right?
No, it just
it heals on its own. How long did that take? How long you out?
I missed 4 games.
That's it? You guys are beasts.
I missed 4 games, so probably like 7 or 8 days. And then they let me play again with a full mask, like a full cage on.
I was just about to ask. Oh, the cage.
Yeah, with the cage on. They let me play with that on. And I remember hitting the first guy. I went and I hit a guy and I just felt my face vibrate. I could just like across the face. And I'm like, okay, I'm not hitting again.
All right, let me ask you this. How many years did you play?
15 professional.
I mean, that's insane.
Why?
It's just an incredible career. The fact that you never suffered an ACL or an Achilles or anything that put you out forever. You know, anything that, any kind of head injury these days. You guys,
that's the one.
The concussions and shit like that now, like
heads, eyes, and back.
Yeah.
Your head injuries.
The fucking face.
That's okay. Face is fine.
I hear you, but that puck could have got your eye and blinded you, and then you're fucking. I mean,
heads,
Clint
eyes.
Malarchuk with the goddamn jugular cut is the craziest thing I've ever seen. And that's why I'm saying I feel like any athlete that can make it. Do you remember that?
I had one of those.
You got cut?
There was a three-way.
You asked me, why do I say that? This is why I fucking say that. But it's normal to you guys. It's normal.
I had a three-way collision. Like, think of me, you, and Sam just going full speed and colliding all at the same time. It was just a hornet's nest collision. And I remember a skate coming up and touching my neck. And I as soon as it happened, I'm like, oh my God. And I pulled my hand off and I touched my neck and I looked at my hand and there was blood on my hand. And I rushed to the bench and I'm like, oh my God, I'm going like this. I'm like, what happened to my neck? What happened to my neck? And I'm like, I think I'm okay because it's just a little bit of blood. And our trainer looks at it and a skate had come off. Imagine this being a skate. It had come up like this and it had grazed me right here.
It shaved you.
It shaved me and it shaved off skin.
From your Adam's apple?
From my Adam's apple upwards. It went upwards and it shaved off about an inch high, about a half inch wide. It just shaved skin.
No, that's what I'm saying.
If it would have went this way or any other way, thank God. And they stopped play. The refs came over. They're like, you okay? And I'm like, I'm fine. I'm like, it was one of those moments you feel, I don't know if you've ever had this, but I actually felt like I cheated death. And I'm like, well, nothing left to do. I'm fine. Like, let's just keep playing. But that was probably the scariest. Looking back at it now, like, that could have been bad. But it was just a three-way collision, and somebody's skate just came up, and it just was a perfect shave.
All right. 1 year in the NHL, playing sparingly, and a Stanley Cup, or the career you had.
Oh God, Ryan.
Because
I have it.
Okay.
Go. What were you going to say?
Well, it always interests me when I see like a guy get traded or even late in the season, he'll be a pickup. And I'm like, this motherfucker might just get himself a ring in the end. You know what I mean? There's guys that get traded and it's like, you know damn well there are guys that landed on a team that got a ring because they were there and they weren't playing actively, scoring 20 goals, etc.
Yeah, some kids come in, win it their first year.
That's what I'm saying. Cal Ripken. 82 rookie, 83 wins it. Probably thinks, hey, we're going to be fucking good. Never again. Never again.
I would go, fuck, it's even hard to say it. I would go no Stanley Cup. 15-year career.
Over a 1 year and I got my ring.
Only because... Oh, that is such a hard question. I've never been asked that. That is such a hard question. It's so hard to say I wouldn't take the cup.
I know. And that's why I'm also making it 1 fucking year.
Yeah.
And you're playing. But you're not scoring your 20. You're not.
The reason being is the only reason I would say the career that I had was because every single day of my life, I got to do what I loved. Every day for 15 years. And I didn't win a cup, so I don't know the glory of a cup. I won a Calder Cup, a minor league cup, but I don't consider that because it's not against the best in the world.
It's not the Stanley.
Yeah. So I don't know what it's like to win a cup. So I don't know what that glory is like, but I know what the glory of pursuing something my whole life and living my dream. I got to play with and against the best players in the entire world for 15 years.
That's what I'm saying.
Every single day of my life for that time. And I don't know that I could ever trade that.
Doing what you love every day for 15 years, that's anyone else's Stanley Cup. Imagine that plumber out there just like, I fucking wish I just loved what I did every goddamn day and went and worked for myself and made enough money to be sufficient. Maybe I'm not rich, but I don't have to worry about money today, tomorrow. Got my family taken care of. I mean,
I almost quit every year.
Why?
Every February, you play, you're 30 games from playoffs. You're 50 games into the year, so you're getting beat up already. You're playing more than every second night. You play like 17 games a month.
Mm-hmm.
You're so far from playoffs. You're still 30 games from playoffs. You're waking up in a new city. You play 5 games in 7 nights in 5 different cities, whatever. Your neck is janked. Your knee is something. Your hip is whatever. And you wake up in February and I'm like, I quit. I would wake up and
I imagine like to hype yourself back up for another season.
Every February, you're like, I bloody quit. And then I would talk to my buddies back home, and they are on the oil rigs in minus 40 degrees Celsius doing an 8-hour shift, pulling pipe or something. And I'm like, dear Lord, I am not going to that. I will go back to the rink and play hockey.
Damn right.
Yeah.
This has been awesome, dude. Thank you for doing this.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. Before we wrap up, I want to hear advice you're giving 16-year-old Brooks.
Looking back on my journey now, it would probably be, and also looking at my fiance's journey, she was much better at this than I was. It would be surround myself with better people that can assist in what I'm going through, and don't fight it myself. Don't think I know. Don't think I'm the one that has to do it, whether it's trainer or nutrition or emotional help or whatever it may be. I think as men, we're pretty proud, especially like you think you can do it and you can push and you can, especially the years when we lost, when we were perennial Stanley Cup contenders and we didn't win it.
I know.
I didn't know how to deal with that. And it affected me emotionally and personally, and it probably affected relationships.
I got about 10 years on you, but we are also, I call it the walk it off generation. You know, I'm feeling this walk. You'll feel walk it off. You'll feel better. Yeah. Walk it off. Yeah. I'm hurt. Walk it off. Yeah. You'll feel fine. I don't want to fucking hear it.
Bowl
you know
of
what
suck
I mean?
it up soup.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wish I would have.
For help.
I wish I would have. I think the people were around me that could have given it.
Okay.
And I think I could have done a better job also of seeking out additional support. But yeah, I didn't open myself up to let people assist me in ways that I wish I could have. Looking back now, dude, that's probably the primary mistake. Probably the primary mistake I made until I was probably 35, 36.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Until actually, you know what?
That resonates with me. I'm too proud. And then I'm looking around like, I fucking need some help here. What made you realize it?
We talked about, you have a beautiful pup out there, right? Cavalier King Charles Spaniel.
Princess Lily Rose.
Yeah. When I lost, my ex and I lost 2 of them. It was at that moment, something happened in my heart that just broke open. And I'm like, I don't want to fight anymore. I don't want rivalry anymore. I can be intense. You want to get intense? We can get it. I don't want to live in intensity. I want to love and help. And it's something broke in my heart at that time that just really opened me up to people. So that's the lasting memory from, we've talked about your pup. And as soon as I saw her, I'm like, oh my gosh, it reminds me of mine. And that's the lasting, like, I'm so grateful for that for what has changed in me since that, since they passed. But yeah, so I wish I would have sought more help.
Dude, that's a great answer. It really is. Again, thank you. Right there, one more time. Promote anything you'd like, please.
Worldplayground.co. Whether you're a family, individual traveler, if you have kids in youth sports are so expensive, right?
Yeah, especially summer leagues.
Anything. People travel. You have tournaments on the weekend, right? Hotels. If you are traveling for any reason, hotels, cruises, travel insurance, we're integrating flights as we speak. Everything.
We're going to Orlando for cheer competition in 2027. I'm hitting your ass up.
Do it. Yeah, it's free. Our platform's free for everybody to use. It's worldplayground.co.
All right.
And it just makes the world more affordable when a time when gas prices are high, home prices are high, inflation hasn't come down, grocery prices are insanely high. We are competing on your behalf to bring the cost of travel down to as low as humanly possible. So price compare on our website versus wherever else you book your travel. You'll find a cheaper price on our website. We want to get you to your next unforgettable memory.
Thank you so much for doing this.
Likewise, brother.
I really appreciate it. As always, Ryan Sickler on all your social media. We'll talk to y'all next week.